Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Astrological Intentions. I am your host, Alex Reevy, along with the haute couture hatter herself, Sandy Reevy.
I always wait for this. I hope people wait for this. The PP, the TT, the RR.
The HH.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's cute. I surprised you a couple times.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's get in the transits. We start off the week on Friday, August 2nd, Venus square Uranus.
Look at others' offers.
Then August 4th, Sunday, it's a big day, starting with the new moon at 12 degrees Leo.
Be bold and take advantage of it all.
Then we have Venus ingress Virgo.
Into her fall.
And Mercury stationing retrograde at 4 degrees Virgo.
Heading back around.
Then in Talisman times, we have our Talisman of the month for August, as well as on the horizon, we have some updates. And in our house, I have a very special meditation for you, a fiery confidence builder just in time for Leo season. Stay tuned for this episode of Astrological Intentions.
I say go do you. Now travel far, share your stories and earn your scars. It's you. Say you are the one you will answer to when this life is done. Don't waste a minute, jump in the river. Wash yourself clean so you can deliver you.
Hello, haute couture hatter.
Do I have to define that?
Yeah, explain it.
So, I'll tell the long version if you ask me to explain it.
Go ahead.
Wow. Okay.
We had some loose reins. We're right at the beginning of the episode, so take it away.
So my brother every year has a farm party. He has a farm in Indiana, and I don't know how many, 100 acres or something. And he has this party, and sometimes you can make it a weekend if you're wanting to camp out.
Mm-hmm.
And we are camping out 2 nights this time. And he'll hire a band. He hires a band. Well, he's hiring a band that is like well known.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, not like crazy
well
well known,
it's not
but
like Bono. It's not like you know, but for the area, it's
right.
Very well known. And so it's really, and they dress crazy. That singer dresses very funny, crazy like, and he changes that. He's got a little dressing room on stage, and he changes, and he knows my other brother really, really well. And so anyway, I have that because we're crazy, you and I. So we have been.
Thanks for including me. Yeah.
We have been going to local Goodwills and
thrifting. We've
been thrifting all like from Cincinnati through Indiana. In fact, we've been along the pathway to find odd, weird clothes situations because we're going to hand these bags. It's a game my grandmother used to play. Your great grandmother, who you never got to meet.
No, but her name was Mumsy.
And she would have these like garbage bags of like weirdo things, like old fashioned bras or wigs or a slip or bathing suit or something, that we would be in these different circles, and a bag would go around and the music would play, and we'd be out in her backyard. And there's 100 of us, right? And when the music stopped, whoever had the bag had to pull something out of the bag and put it on. And it was embarrassing. I hated this game. But the older I got, I want to do it to other people.
Oh, yeah. You want to see what their reaction was.
I'm now in charge. I'm older, and I do this to other people. So we've done that a couple times, but we've never done it in a big group that's not family.
Mm-hmm.
So we have been collecting, me and you, things.
Some really amazing haute couture.
And so we're going to put some bags together, and when the band comes out, and every time he changes an outfit, we're going to pass these bags around, and whatever you reach in to get, you put on. You don't get to
You're
sample.
Not choosing it.
You're not.
Yeah.
So I was just recently somewhere thrifting. I found a thrift store when I was coming back from somewhere. And so anyway, when you got here today, I put on these hats.
Yeah. They're pretty spectacular. Yeah.
They're lookers for sure. I think I paid
attention grabbers.
$1 for the one and $3 for the other, but they're cute, funny.
Honestly, you tried on them both, and I was like, you kind of need to keep these. They look so much fun, and like it's a conversation starter. So like one is a pink,
Hot pink.
hot pink leopard print hat, like a cowboy kind of hat. The other one is a
shaggy unicorn headpiece.
like a made out of yarn, but all of these, like, it's got like the big unicorn horn in the front, and it's got like a big rainbow unicorn mohawk in the back. It's pretty spectacular. But that's one of the many things that we found. So, and another reason why we're doing this too is because my boyfriend Rocco had gone to Burning Man, and he was like a little bit sad that he wasn't going to make it back this year. But we decided, like, oh, the farm party is you're camping out, you're kind of in the middle of nowhere, like this is very Burning Man, but not like developed like that. So we're going to call it Burning Boy. It sounds terrible. Like, sounds.
It's a mini Burning Man.
Right.
So what else were we going to call it? Guy?
Yeah.
Burning Guy?
The Burning Boy. And so now we're going to play this game, and everyone's going to have their absolute like crazy outfits, and it's going to be a great time. We're so excited for it.
I know. And we thought, oh, we'll just donate it to the singer of the band because he might need some new outfits.
The haute couture.
Oh my gosh. Because his outfits are like weirdo bizarre.
Yeah.
And he's been doing this for like
I've seen a video
years.
of him.
Like 25 years.
Right. And he was in like a wrestler's leotard.
And he wears boots. In some of his outfits, they'll have boots, but you don't know that there's razor blades on the ends of the toes. Do you know this part?
No.
Oh, yeah. He puts razor blades on his toes of his boots. You don't see them. And then they string these balloons up really, really high along the stage above their heads.
Yeah.
And he'll like be singing, and all of a sudden he'll do a leg kick and he'll burst the balloon.
Oh my gosh.
And so by the end of the concert, all the balloons are popped because he has literally
the entertainment value is just going to be freaking priceless. And we're going to get this band all to ourselves. We're going to be absolutely crazy and funny dressed.
I was like, Greg,
it's going to be great.
Seriously, we could sell tickets.
Right?
Really.
It's going to be Burning Boy. We're going to, yeah.
Anyway, that's why you called me.
That's why you're the haute couture hatter. So anyway, that's our long story longer, and let's move into our going direct. Thank you everybody for listening to our wonderfully crazy podcast. It is so much fun to share these stories and all of this astrology knowledge with you. I wanted to go down a little short list of our feedback, and I was just kind of curious, like, I guess where have the last maybe 10 people come in with this, like, where have they come from? How were they referred? How did they find out about us? So this is just like some of these referrals. So one of them is longtime friend of Sandy and Alex. Also, I get the emails all the time. Then another one through a friend. Also somebody else through a person who attended a weekend conference with Colette Baron Reed. Mind Body Spirit Expo. My friend, and I won't say her name. A referral. Colette Baron Reed again. I met Sandy at a friend's house. And another one, I Can Do It conference. Then another one, chance encounter at a bar. Then another one, met Sandy on a flight years ago. So it's just like, these were the last 10 people that like came in and gave their review. And it was just really interesting because I like browsing through it every now and then just to see where people come in from. Mm-hmm. And a lot of friends, a lot of referrals, tons of referrals.
Yeah, I have a referral today from someone in Sierra Leone.
Very cool.
Yeah. And yesterday was a referral from a woman in India.
Very sweet.
And she says, and she had written, it said, a friend of a friend. So, right? So it's like, whoa, it's now like
2 degrees of separation. Yeah.
And so when I thought for sure I knew who it was just because of the location, right? India. And so when we got on and I said, oh, and she's beautiful, beautiful woman and young. And I said, oh, I think I know. And she goes, who? And I said, well, I won't say her name, but you tell me who. And she gave me the name. I'm like, oh, totally not the person I thought you were going to say.
Oh, very cool.
So it was somebody from a different continent.
Oh, cool.
Right. That she was out with somebody that this woman had been visiting from a different continent.
Your reputation
right.
is
So it's
growing.
like from, I guess it was South America to India. Right.
Yeah,
so
that
interesting.
is super
right.
cool. And also, just as a quick note, anybody that's listening to the podcast, I have a special code for you. If you want to get a reading with Sandy, just use the code podcast and you are going to get a little special discount. You can also, just like everyone else here on this list, referrals are huge. So if you know of a friend who would totally benefit from an astrology reading that may need a little bit of direction or validation or a little motivation, they are a really great tool for people to use and get real excited for what is coming up ahead.
I will say here, without your permission, because I'm going to say it live.
Go ahead.
Is that my travels will take me away from the studio, or what we call our sanctuary. And so I'll be in the entire month of August, out the entire month of September and October.
Mm-hmm.
So just keep that in mind for
scheduling.
Yeah, for scheduling. I am making special arrangements with my subscribers.
Right.
These are the people that I talk to monthly and the people that I talk to quarterly.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, and those aren't opened again right now. I think maybe in November we'll open them up again.
Yes.
When I get back, because I'll have more time.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, just keeping that in mind.
Yes. All right. So let's move into the transits. We're going to start the week off pretty far along.
Pretty late in the week.
Late in the week. We start with Friday, August 2nd, Venus square Uranus.
And this is with reception. And, we know that Uranus is in Taurus. My goodness, he's been there for 5-6 years. And so this Uranus in Taurus, what rules Taurus? Venus.
Mm-hmm.
Venus is in Leo making a square. And so this is what we call reception. So there's an appeal or a consideration here that's nice, that even though it's a square, Uranus is like maybe aligning a little bit with Venus because Uranus is in her domicile or in her home. So it's like, look at the other people's offers. Look at what other people have to say. Mm-hmm. What are some other pieces of advice, right? If you're saying, hey, give me advice around this glass, my interpretation of this glass is maybe not yours,
mm-hmm.
right? So listen and look at others' offers. And you don't really want to take anything personal today. That's why, be open, Uranus, be open for new perspective, new thought, and it's Venus. So you could have a new suggestive offer that you haven't considered before. It's like what we do when we do art, when we were doing art interpretation at some of our retreats,
mm-hmm.
when we would give people clay and have them mold something out of the clay.
Yeah, that was symbolic and meaningful for them.
Right. And then
mm-hmm.
we go around the room and say art interpretation. And it's like, oh, I never saw that angle of that,
mm-hmm.
but I now see it. Thank you. Right. And we're giving different perspectives.
Totally.
Right. This is a really good day. And again, that's applying all week. So if there's no transits going on, Monday, literally no transits Monday, the end of July, no transits Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And then this is Friday. So it's kind of like
the stars are giving us a break.
Use this energy for seeing things from a different angle. Sit in a different. Do you ever do that? I have about. Sorry for this long story. I feel like talking right now. Blah 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 blah. Well, the sun did go into Leo, and I am a Leo rising. So
bring it on.
How many? Everybody, seriously, look in your living room or your family room, wherever you hang out. How many places do you have to sit? Seriously.
Right.
I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I could call that maybe 5 in my living room.
Mm-hmm.
How many times do you sit in the same place?
Oh, I'm sure it's 95%.
I purposely do, like, if I've had a long day, I'll go lay on the couch and read a book or watch my documentaries.
Mhm.
Or if I'm eating, I'll sit over in that chair because then I've got to, like, try to move your things, or like not move your things around, move your body around,
Right.
and sit in different areas of your rooms.
Mhm.
Do different things in different seats.
Yeah.
I just think that's
shift your own
yeah.
perspective
Yeah.
by just shifting where your body lands.
Mhm.
I love it. So let's move on to the next day that we will go in 3 transits with. August 4th, Sunday, we start off the new moon at 12 degrees of Leo at 6:13 a.m.
Yeah, so bright and early. Of course, the sun and the moon, because it's a new moon, so that the moon has come around and met with the moon, met with the sun at the sun's sign, Leo. So what I like about this, it's called Be Bold and Take Advantage of All. It's making 2 sextiles. We've got Mars at 10 degrees of Gemini. We've got Jupiter at 15 degrees of Gemini. So the sextile to the sun and the moon, these planets are making to these planets are, first of all, just about be bold, right? On an emotional level, because the moon is not seen yet. The moon is just kind of planting its seed here. So the moon we can't see it because it's so close to the sun that it's gaining the solar energy for another trip around the zodiac.
It's like the darkest point of the night because there's no light reflecting off the moon.
So it's kind of gassing up, or what do you say when you're doing your Tesla? You don't gas up. What do you do?
Charge up.
Oh, you charge up. You don't electric up.
Mhm.
You plug in instead of what do? I pump.
Yeah.
I pump gas anyway, and you plug in.
Yeah.
It's so interesting, right?
Uh-huh.
But this is that plugging in for this being bold and courageous, that Leonian energy. But these 2 aspects that it's making is take advantage. It's it's in Gemini. The Mars and Jupiter in Gemini could be like, oh, maybe it's too much. Maybe it's too many things. Can you handle everything that's coming your way? And let's just pause here for a second, everybody. Since Jupiter moved in, and I'm going to get the exact date, moved into Gemini. Remember, Gemini is the planet of dualities. Or not the planet, is the sign of dualities.
Mhm.
It's the twins.
Right.
And it rules news. It rules thoughts, ideas, communications.
And also gossip, right?
Gossip.
Hey,
Castor and Pollux are the twins.
And it also, like,
one is a
fake
negative,
news
one's
too,
a
right?
pessimist. Castor is the chatty one about, oh, that's so pretty. Isn't that nice? I have so many things to say. Right. And Pollux is the more pessimistic, dark shadow.
Did
kind
you
of
see
like,
how that person looked at you?
I'm going to just talk a little slower and be a little bit more
Skeptical on everything.
Because we have to deal with both of them. And isn't that what we're doing?
Mm-hmm.
And so just looking at the end of June, the end of May, sorry. The end of May 26th of this year, Jupiter went into this Gemini sign of conversations, news, true, false. It's all of it. Some of it's false. Some of it can be rhetoric. It's repetitive. It's kind of like, oh my gosh, aren't we tired of that? And stays here until it moves into the next sign of Cancer, where actually Jupiter is exalted. And that's not until mid-June of 25.
Mm-hmm.
So if we think about it, we've got another 11 good months of
Mm-hmm.
right? And we also have the Venus star point in Gemini right now, which doesn't give birth until March. But just so much going on. And, here we are in the political world. Yada, 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 yada. Who do we pay attention to, right?
Mm-hmm. And it is like kind of that 2 dueling sides. So, all right, let's move on to the next transit of Sunday, August 4th, Venus ingress Virgo. I know it's not super comfortable for her here.
She's not. Because she goes into fall. So literally, as Vedius Valen says, she's fallen down a hole. Venus, she wants to attract and magnetize and connect and flirt and be seen.
And be receptive and
Mhm.
open and that. But like Virgo wants to like nitpick and criticize and judge. Yeah.
Yeah. And because Venus is exalted in Pisces. And the opposite of Pisces is Virgo. That's how we figure out if a planet is in its exaltation, it's in fall in the opposite sign. It's kind of like being in the opposite place where it likes to be honored, right? And the domicile in detriment is the same. Let's just say that the sun is in rulership or domicile in Leo, and the opposite place for Leo is Aquarius. And, that's not as comfortable. It's the opposite of what they want.
Got
right?
it. Mm-hmm.
Right. So that's how we work that. So here she's moving into her fall, but it's still Venus, right? It's still Venus. So maybe she's here to improve relations. Maybe it's just mother-daughter or brother-sister or, the president of the board and the board. I might be talking personal on your space, but she's co-present with her ruler here just for a little bit, because Mercury here, who rules Virgo, has just gotten here a little bit ago, a couple days ago, but he's about to retrograde, like literally in about 2 hours. So this Mercury, who rules the placement that Venus has just entered here, needs time and space to give her a boost. So he's got to go figure some things out. And he's really good at figuring things out. This is where he will retrograde. And we'll just go right into that, right? Because here right before midnight.
Okay.
Right? Because the next thing you were going to introduce is
Mercury stationing retrograde at 4 degrees of Virgo. So Mercury's following Venus right into that sign.
Well, Mercury's already there, right?
Right.
Because he's already at 4 and she just came in at 0. And so Mercury is going, hey, Venus, I see you. Oh, man. Hey, welcome. I've got everything prepared. And Venus is like, okay, what can I help with? So maybe he's got some plans. He's got some orders or some organization that he's got for her to conduct, to do. But he's like, hey, I'm going to leave and I'm going to leave town. I got to leave my house. So I've got some things to do. So as he's heading back around, he will come up and meet her in Virgo in just in about less than a week. In a couple days, actually, on the following Wednesday, on the 7th, in 3 days. So, he's home, but he's leaving again. Is he going to Home Depot? Right? Does he need some repairing? Like there's a RE thing here, right? Like, is it a repair? He needs repaired equipment. He needs to return something, right? It's
this is the epitome of what everyone knows about astrology is Mercury's in retrograde.
Yeah. And, or is he going to the Container Store where he has to go get his files and,
silverware drawers.
Right. And his organizational tools and his little cabinets and things that fit all perfectly,
Such a good feeling.
in the cabinets. Because Mercury here is on a mission. He is claiming something that needs to be corrected, put in order. And so he's retrograde here on the August 4th until August 28th. Now he's retrograde, let's just say most of August.
Yeah.
However, he's not in retrograde Virgo the whole time because he retrogrades at 4. What do you think he's going back to? 3 Virgo, 2 Virgo, 1 Virgo, 0 Virgo, 29 Leo.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes 28, 27. I'm going to go it all. Okay. 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21. He gets to 21 and starts moving forward again. And that's not till August 28th. So this whole time period is...
And within any of those degrees, if you notice any of those degrees in Leo or Virgo in your chart, this is also a place, an interesting placement of like maybe what house is it in? And of course, remember that you can download your natal chart on our website, intentionbeads.com/chart, and just take a look. Where would those degrees fall?
Right. So, and I want to just make this clear that he's out of shadow, meaning that he's out and away from the 4-degree Virgo that he's retrograding at. In other words, he's got to come back here.
Right.
Right. And that doesn't happen until September 12th.
Okay.
So really interesting why, I'm pushing and rushing and, our new, I don't know if we're ready to announce that yet, our new
retreat software
that will help out with, all these 4 international retreats that we continue to do. Yeah. And who knows, I might just add more throughout the year as I get older, because isn't that what old people do?
Travel.
Until they get super old when they can't go anymore.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm in that period of like, I have the energy, I have the interest, I have the curiosity.
Oh yeah.
I have, that I want to search the world.
Yeah.
And I want to take people with me.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to go by myself.
Right.
Right.
You also have so much fun and the way that you plan for retreats.
I love it.
You have a blast doing it. And they are so much fun and they're so well prepared, and yeah.
Although I will say I've been since I got back from Greece in September last year, I've started planning the next one, and I'm still not done planning. I've got some things to talk about after we're off this call right now, so that I've got some new ideas.
Okay.
And so everything always is shifting and morphing. But the comment I wanted to make about that is with Mercury retrograding and getting really close to your 19 Leo and my 21 Leo, that maybe we should have these orders or policies or procedures already in order, at least the plans in order. Mm-hmm. And if they change and morph during the retrograde, that's understandable. But I won't be making mistakes while I'm getting my flight from Athens to Rome and my train from Rome to Florence. Mm-hmm. I've already booked the castle in Tuscany. I'm doing, and by the way, everybody, while I'm over in Europe doing my Greece and Egypt retreat, I'm staying longer. I'm staying with my friend on her island in Greece, but we're also going to do some scouting for my October 2025. Have I announced that even yet?
Not really, okay. But you're already on the way, and you got some loose reins during this episode. So go on with your bad self.
I have contracted a castle in Tuscany, Monteguffoni, which I was at 18 years ago for my first international astrology conference. They had a conference in this castle.
So cool.
And it's never left my closed eyes. It's never left my eyelids.
Right.
I'll never forget the feeling I had there and the visions I had from the windows and walking down streets, going to a place I don't even down the street because we had lunches on our own, right? Mm-hmm. And it's like, okay, I'm going to walk down the street and see if I find a little, I don't know, village. Nobody speaks in these little villages. Nobody speaks English. Mm-hmm. I don't speak Italian. And I walked in and I reckoned, there's bread. There's a loaf of bread. I understand that. And then I was like, okay, I don't know how much, like, here's my euro. I understand wine. I understand cheese.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so that was my lunch.
Yeah.
And I collected it, put it in this little like net bag that they gave me. And I walked up the street to the castle and I sat there on the little garden, and that was probably my favorite lunch of my life. And those things never have left. And I forgot about the name. I forgot the name. So for the last 4 months, I've been searching, what is the name of this? Mm-hmm. And all of a sudden I woke up one morning and I'm like, Monteguffoni. I got it. I got it. And I'm like, is that right? And I Googled it. And like, yep, that's the exact same place.
That's so cool.
So I've rented that for, I'm inviting 10 people. That's all I got. Those are the rooms I could get in the castle, and they're all different. They're all apartments.
It's super cool.
And
so unique. But we'll talk more
okay.
about it because you're
October of 2025.
Okay. And
get on the waiting list because I got people already on. As soon as I put it out, they want first choice of the apartments.
yes. Okay, so we're moving into talisman times.
Okay.
Where there are no upcoming talismans. However, we do have a new talisman of the month since we're coming up on a new month of August, and that is to be self-aware.
I easily radiate energy, self-confidence, and a favorable demeanor. I am noticed as I take my daily approach to my center stage.
Dun, 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 dun,
And I like that.
dun,
It's
dun,
like
dun,
my
dun.
center stage, whatever that is. You know, for me this morning, I got up and cooked meatballs and spaghetti and this potato recipe and some bread and some salad for a friend of mine who's sick. And, you know, I did it with like, I took a center stage of what I chose to do this morning, right? Or right now we are taking our center stage. So,
and I think it's very cool because that's really just like you're focusing in and you're engaging fully into whatever is in front of you, whatever you're doing. And you don't need the audience.
no, you're just feeling proud of yourself. And because of that, the moon is in Leo, right? We got the sun in Leo right now, but the moon is in Leo in the 4th house. So that's an angle house of really like your personal appeal. And it's square the sun in Taurus, and the sun is in Taurus in the 1st house. So these are two angle houses. And because the moon is in Leo, what rules Leo?
The sun.
And the sun is in Taurus. Where is the moon exalted? Taurus. So these are a mutual reception. I mean, we've got Jupiter in there's so much in the 1st house here. We got the ascendant, of course, is Taurus. We got Venus in Taurus. Of course, Uranus is in Taurus, Sun in Taurus, and Jupiter in Taurus. So literally all the two benefics and the sun are in Taurus in the 1st house. Like you can't get more grounded in that.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
With the moon in this happy spot of fire.
Yes. So we are announcing it a little bit early here, but remember, starting August 1st, this will be our talisman of the month where you have a special shipping credit. So head over to the website to check that out today. Let's move on to the horizon where we have finalized and finished up our 2024 political convention webinar. This is going through the conventions and what's stirring behind the scenes astrologically. So if you haven't watched that yet, remember you can either purchase it on our website or join us on Patreon. It's a wonderful community where we give you your monthly and your questions answered, your forecasts are recorded and in PDF versions. So also, I'm going to mention here too that the August astrology forecast and cheat sheet has been recorded. That is given to all of the Big Dipper and above members early. So if you are a Little Dipper, you will be receiving the August astrology forecast and cheat sheet on the 1st of the month. So yeah, those are our updates for right now, but also don't forget that we have our retreats going on.
I am still looking for the one special person that all of a sudden is getting this like feeling of summer's like ticking away and the kids might be going back to school. And well, they are if you got them.
Let's hope. Yeah.
And you need a break and you want to get away and Greece is calling you because I'm calling you.
Yeah.
I'm looking for one more person to join our Greece retreat.
Yeah.
And I'm actually looking for 3 people who are the winners, chicken dinners, to come to Egypt.
Right.
Which is in October.
Yes. And also,
all that information is on
all
the
that
website.
information is here in the show notes. We did just record a pretty much like Q&A session with the Egypt retreat leaders because it's you, it's also Zephi, and it's also Matmut, who is going to be the like kind of main tour guide. And he does this for a living. It's his profession, and he is taking the group through
I mean,
land, sea, and air.
yeah, and he said that he has gotten his favorite. He is connected already with his favorite anthropologist that will be coming with us. So
Ooh.
like this is, and we're bringing, Zephy's going. She's the high priestess. She will be doing some invocations and some energy work at some of these temples. I'm doing people's Egyptian sun sign astrology. They do not use the other planets. They only look at the sun. And so very interesting that you and I are both Isis.
Right.
We are the magical. We put together. She's married to her brother husband. That happened a lot. Can you hear this? Hold on.
I think that's going to be tough for people to hear.
But
it's
hear
the
that?
chimes. It's
Oh
the
my
wind
gosh,
chimes.
I've never heard the chimes down here in my
They're so
sanctuary.
pretty. They're so pretty.
Because they're way outside.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody's talking to me, my dad. Anyway. Well, I was just talking about Isis.
Right.
And who married Osiris. And when he was cut up by Seth, his brother, and just his body was scattered around the world,
all over. Mm-hmm.
And she found them all and put him back together and made him alive again and brought him back. So she's this magical Isis, and I'm happy to have her as my Egyptian sun sign. But what is yours?
Right.
I've got
and
big
that's what
handouts for everybody.
Yeah. So also don't forget January 4th through the 11th, we have our 2025 Mexico retreat, a great start to the year where you can learn the basics of astrology and human design. Remember, if you're interested in joining us for any of these retreats, but you have a few questions or you're not sure, you can have a free 15-minute call with Sandy to ask whatever questions you need and to see if the retreat is a good fit for you.
Let's chat.
Yes. So let's move into our house where I have a very special meditation for you. It is Leo season, which is a really wonderful time to ignite the flame, bring back the passion, and engage your spirit and feelings of aliveness. So without further ado, here is your monthly meditation.
Thank you.
In a moment, we will begin an active, dancing meditation to embody the Leonian energy. To begin, stand tall and proud, and make sure you have some room around you. Take this moment to get into position, or pause the episode here if you need to. Let's begin. Stand tall, with your eyes closed. Bring your shoulders back and your chest out. Don't be afraid to take up space. Quiet your inner and outer world and begin to tune into your heart. Place your hands over your heart and hold here for a moment, sending gratitude. Notice the beat your heart keeps. With over 100,000 beats per day, even when you are not there to pay any attention. Expand this gratitude throughout your whole body, every little place that your heart keeps beat for. Occupy the space you're in, leading with your heart and quieting the mind. Soon, you will begin to hear some drums, And once your body feels called, follow your body's direction to dance however it desires. There is no judgment. Your body has an intelligence that your mind will never understand. Keep your eyes closed if that helps, or open your eyes and flow with the beat of your heart. A body in motion stays in motion, and energy begets energy. When we can use a spark, like an invitation to dance, to fan a flame, we are creating energy out of nothing. And energy is a valuable commodity, both vital and magnetic. Once we nurture this flame and create a lively fire, we begin to unlock a new, exhilarating way of life.
And I hope you bring this Leo fire to your everyday. It is a wonderful gift that we have, this pounding heart in our chest and this ability to be alive right now.
Right. It kind of reminds me of Tarzan. I've been saying that a lot lately, right? You can swing from vine to vine.
Sounds good. Until next time, everybody, thank you so much.
Bye, everybody.
I say go do you. Now travel far, share your stories and earn your scars. It's you. Say you are the one you will answer to when this life is done. Don't waste a minute, jump in the river. Wash yourself clean so you can deliver you. The story of you, the story of you. The story of you, the story.